Well, yesterday we looked at the example of Jesus fasting, and today we turn back to the prophet Isaiah. And Isaiah describes the chosen fast that God really wants to see from us. And this is from Isaiah 58, verses 1 through 7. Shout out, do not hold back. Lift up your voice like a trumpet. Announce to my people their rebellion, to the house of Jacob their sins. Yet day after day they seek me and delight to know my ways, as if they were a nation that practiced righteousness and did not forsake the ordinance of their God. They ask of me righteous judgments. They delight to draw near to God. Why do we fast, but you do not see? Why humble ourselves, but you do not notice? Look, you serve your own interest on your fast day and oppress all your workers. Look, you fast only to quarrel and to fight and to strike with a wicked fist. Such fasting as you do today will not make your voice heard on high. Is such the fast that I choose, a day to humble oneself? Is it to bow down the head like a bulrush and to lie in sackcloth and ashes? Will you call this a fast, a day acceptable to the Lord? Is not this the fast that I choose, to loose the bonds of injustice, to undo the thongs of the yoke, to let the oppressed go free, and to break every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, and to bring the homeless poor into your house, when you see the naked, to cover them, and not to hide yourself from your own kin? One of the things that we will see with all the spiritual disciplines, including fasting, is that there's nothing holy or righteous about doing the act in and of itself. And if we think that just by fasting from a meal or two, or fasting from media, or whatever we choose to deny ourselves for a period, if we think the act alone will somehow change us, we're mistaken. And part of what God is saying through the prophet Isaiah is that acts of mere religious observance aren't what God is looking for. God's looking for justice. God's looking for kindness. God's looking for compassion and concern for other people, and especially the oppressed, the poor, the hungry, the homeless, the naked. And you notice how many of the images that are noted here in Isaiah 58 are the same types of people, the same imagery that Jesus uses in Matthew 25 in his vision of what the great judgment will be like. The fast that God chooses is one in which justice, kindness, love, and concern for others is very, very evident.